Welcome back to another exciting matchup. Guns at Icarus. This is the Iron Fork, or at least one of the matches, if nothing else. Desert Scrap. I'm joined by the leader, the high and mighty man himself of Cake, Captain James Tiberius Kirk. How are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking.
These are your captains. These are your pilots. These are your soldiers.
These are my men. I've selected them when they were children, and we've been training hand and foot in battle for years. And today we're putting their skills to the test against each other in a 3v3 on Desert Scrap. Loser gets kicked out. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I bet you didn't tell them that ahead of time.
No, that's the surprise.
Shocker.
They'll have to come back and watch this cast. That'll be. I'll just send all of the losers this link. And then immediately delete them off of Steam. So.
Oops! That's why. Alright, first ship we have up is the Devil's Food, Zandabroda's Galleon. We have a couple heavy flaks, a couple Hwachas, we got a Hades, and we have a flare launcher. On the Ether, Q Fox P, we're gonna call him Fox, that is a Banshee, and what is that? That is two Banshees on the front, a Gap and Carronade on the side. We have the Gur-Amamine ship. That is a squid. We have, that's Mine Launcher, and oh my god, Mine Launchers. The Mirabula, I believe that's B'Elanna.
Mirabula.
Yeah, Mirabula. We have on that Artemis, double barrel mortar. We have a Hades, Artemis, and mortar. Our fifth ship, the Hotel Paradise by Johnny Cyanide. We have Hwacha, Carronade on the right. Left side is Hwacha, Carronade as well. We have, that is a javelin launcher, a javelin launcher, and a mine launcher as well. Sixth slot, we have the Jackhammer by Dr. Chief Navigator Vatic. We have on that a double barrel mortar, Gat, Artemis, Gat, and double barrel mortar. Those are our ship setups. Let's get into it.
We have exactly one ship that could be considered anything close to meta here today. Out of 6, those are pretty good odds for the Iron Fork.
It's the all mine launcher squid, right?
Actually, it's the Harpoon Galleon. Harpoons are currently.
You see, I thought you were gonna say something serious.
Me? Serious? You must not play with takeoff. No.
Hotel Paradise and I'm a Mean Ship are about to engage in broadsides. That Carronade going out. Girl, I'm a Mean Ship is losing its balloon. Be careful, Mean Ship. The Devil's Food. Oh, the flagship, the Galleon, is taking heavy fire from the Mobula. It may not survive this barrage. They've lost a lot of health. But the Hotel Paradise is starting to contest the wreckage.
They have captured the point, which is huge. One of the big complaints right now floating around is, Muse is working on it, I assume, but points are really hard to turn over once you get them, especially with the new choose your own spawn system. The timers are, they're definitely there, and especially in this map, where it's just in the middle of this huge area of wreckage. It's really easy to fall down and just sort of get lost in there, and really hard to keep arcs on people on the ground, especially when you see a lot of carronades. So it leads to people crippled and disabled in the point, but it's definitely still blocking it.
Mirabula, oh dear, just took a nasty mine shot. Multiple mine burst around it. It looks like it's going to be disabled for at least a few seconds here. Most of its guns, most of its engines offline. Jackhammer coming in against the Gur-Amamine ship, trying to get in range, bringing its left broadside to bear on the squid. Got to be careful of those mines. Devil's Food is coming back in against the Mirabula and the Hotel Paradise. Hotel Paradise has attempted to contest the point, but no dice. The Ether has gotten in range of it and has ceased any kind of blocking maneuver by the Hotel Paradise. I don't think the Hotel Paradise is long for this world.
Oh yes, I mean a dust cloud just finished rolling through here, and especially on a Galleon, that'll just work awfuls on your weapons if you're not careful. And exactly what I was talking about earlier, they're sort of stuck in the ground here while the Ether can just grind up against them, blocking the point from any contention from. Well, I guess the blue team's sort of the disadvantage here. Devil's Food has put itself in the exact same position it was in last time, where it's a little bit above the cloud cover, and the Mirabula is just taking shots at its lower deck.
A majority of the Hotel Paradise is on fire right now, and I mean a majority. They are losing their hull, they're losing their balloon, they're losing 2 guns, they're losing an engine. They've already lost a couple guns and their balloon at this point.
The thing with the Banshee is, it's explosive weapon, but it starts a lot of fires, and those fires will, if left untamed, will really, really, really just burn that whole armor right off. And then you've got 2 explosive weapons just unloading on it. One Banshee is not so much of a finisher, but 2 will really mess you up.
There's that can spread a lot of fire very quickly. Combined with the Hades, you have a lot of problems being generated very quickly.
Oh yes, an engineer's worst nightmare.
Absolutely. We did lose the I'm a Mean ship, Master Melon Crabernathy's vessel. Oh, goodness gracious. We just lost the Devil's Food. Ouch.
And Hotel Paradise is doing a really good job hanging on here. They've lasted a lot longer than I thought they would. That galleon doing what galleons do best, which is tanking long enough for the jackhammer to come in and give them a little help.
Oh yeah, there you can see it. They're gonna pop on top of the ether. They're bringing, oh my god, perfect barrage by the jackhammer, sweeps in, saves the Hotel Paradise, and they've already begun contesting the point. It is already halfway, 2/3 of the way rather, towards neutralizing.
Yeah, I mean they've got 2 ships in here. That's really good coordination in terms of saving. The Hotel Paradise just hanging on as really ballast for more ships to get in there and turn that point faster. The red team, are they the one with the squid? They are, and I don't know why the squid is coming in, but you should really be coming in faster to try to block this up, as both ships are very low. I'm going to have a hard time reaching up to get him.
Yeah, is that the all-mine launcher ship? No, yes it is. That is the all-mine launcher ship.
So, I mean, they're putting mines in the entrance, which, well, not a lot, but still, it's going to make it a lot harder for the friendlies to get in later when they need to. Actually, this is a really good position for the Mean ship. If they can put mines on top of the jackhammer and the hotel, when they rise up to try to get them, they're going to be in for a nasty surprise. It's really hard to see above your balloon from the pilot seat.
Looks like we do have those mines being deployed around the Hotel Paradise. Shots are long, though. The Gurma Mean ship is not getting the mine positions where they need to be. They're going behind and around the Hotel Paradise and jackhammer, exactly where the Devil's Food and Ether are bouncing them away from.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I mean, it doesn't matter.
It's a rave party in here. We've got the lights, we've got the smoke. We've got ships grinding all up against each other. It must be Friday Fun Night over at Desert Scrap.
Robula's coming in, taking as many pot shots as possible on Devil's Food. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. I don't think it's going to do enough damage to justify the fact that they are charging in alone right now, or at least attacking alone, not necessarily charging in.
Yeah, Mirabila definitely playing it smart here. Usually the instinct is to just run in there and stop that point from being turned over, especially since you're down 245 points. But they are a sniper Mobula, and they're holding off and really trying to do their best to disable. But they are drifting closer and closer. They've got to be careful.
Did they lose? No, they are shooting downwards to try and avoid some of these mines and what's going on. Good choice by Balana. God. Oh, my brain is not here today. I never screw up her name except then. Wow. Balana making a good choice when it comes to dodging those mines. They were sitting exactly where she had been sitting, and she was able to get out of there very quickly without taking any serious damage.
Yeah, mines on a Mobula, they're really tough because the thing turns like a bar of soap. It'll drift, and it's really hard to keep like a spatial awareness of the ship.
Jackhammer! I don't know if you saw that. That was a nasty mine burst. They just lost all of their guns.
Oh my gosh! I mean, those mines. 1 hurts, 2 hurt a lot, 3. Ouch!
You're going to lose something. Robula came in for a ram on the Devil's Food, trying to knock it into their own mines. And actually, I believe they did get 1 hit at least on the Devil's Food with one of their own mines. Good tactical choice by Balana. I'm shocked at the ballsiness of it, but a good choice nonetheless.
Oh yes, and then she's also in a position here on the inside where she's above the balloon, so she's not stopping the cap anymore. But she is raining down a little bit of fire on the I'm a Mean ship, who oh man, they gotta fix that. Where the mines just spawn right out of the gun. And they don't actually exist, but sometimes when you're watching, there's just a mine floating in the middle of a ship, and you're wondering why it isn't exploding.
Robula and Ether are duking it out as best they can. Robula losing a lot of hull. There she goes. Ouch.
One of the hardest things I find about captaining a Mobula specifically, I'm a horrible Mobula pilot, and I would consider myself an even worse Mobula captain, is when to shoot and when to repair. Because the primary appeal of the Mobula is it basically gives you a trifecta. You know, some ships like Junkers can get trifectas, but you sort of have to maneuver it into that sweet spot and use the right guns. A Mobula gives you 3 guns that point almost directly straight forward. But the issue is, as soon as things start going awry, the ship's a little squishy. So you need to, pull 2 engineers off, and then to repair that balloon and hull if worse comes to worse. And then you only have 1 gun firing, and then you're just gonna lose against a Promethean, which is charging you with its 2 guns, or against a Goldfish, which has a heavy gun against you. So you really need to know when to repair and when to shoot. Kill first, repair later, or repair now, we're getting out of here. And I just have experimented and flown with them enough to really get that feel.
Devil's Food is out in the thick of it, trying to distract the blue team as best they can, and doing a very good job of doing so. It's kind of tanking all of that attention that the blue team has, thinking that if they take out the Devil's Food, all of a sudden all their problems are solved, which that isn't necessarily the case. It's just a distraction at this point. Good distraction use, too.
Yeah, and if you leave it, they sort of have to do it, because if you leave it unmolested, it's going to come at you with those. I believe it has carronades and watches. Or is that our other galleon? No, that's that one. There's only 1 galleon here. No, there's 2 galleons. Anyway, so if you leave him unmolested, he's going to mess you up with those 2 heavy weapons. And his team has almost sort of blocked him out of the point with all those mines. Sort of like the popular kids making fun of the poor...
Oh god, Robula is heading right in for those mines.
Oh, be careful.
No!
Oh, these are... They're all 5 of these things are about...
Oh no!
And look at that damage it's done instantaneously.
Wow!
Almost all the...
Another mine shot!
That was...
Whew!
That was absolutely wonderful.
Devastating. I love how B'Elanna tried to just squeeze and maneuver away from them as best as possible, but fate had decided that momentum she had was a little bit too much. And she met all of them.
So it just slides. You've got the full reverse, you've got your booster tools on, and you're just screaming at it to stop, and
you're hoping that the airship gods decide that you are worthy enough to keep alive.
Oh, yes. The Devil's Food has actually slipped right past the broadside of the Hotel Paradise. Then it's going to slip right under the Jackhammer, too. It just looks like it's just going to cruise right into that point and set up a sentinel position. It almost wasn't even touched, as it just, total ninja galleon. I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
There is a lot of cloud cover going on right now. It's just cleared up, and I believe the blue team just realized that the Devil's Food is happy. Ooh, good mine shots on the Robula.
Oh, that poor Robula is just getting mined today. And that's never fun. I've had a bad experience in the mines here, where I just kept getting, in this very map, I just kept getting shoved into the ground with, mines, and the bully boys, I believe, were bullying me with mines.
The Ether and the Jackhammer are exchanging shots, but Hotel Paradise comes in with a couple very, very nasty watcher bursts, and the Ether was not long for the world.
Yeah, I mean, the blue team is slowly picking ships out of the... Oh, and a good Hwacha going off, which takes out the broadside of the Devil's Food. This could really open up for them to... They slide in right now. Unfortunately, they've got 2 broadside ships, the Hotel Paradise and the Jackhammer, so it's going to be a hard time charging in against the Devil's Food, which just has to point itself and...
Devil's Food has switched sides and is now pointing its Hwachas directly at the Hotel Paradise.
Those are, he's pointing his heavy flags.
Oh, those are heavy flags. I forgot. Those are heavy flags on that ship, not the Hwachas.
Hwachas are on the Hotel Paradise.
Right, yes.
We've got our Hades double flag. Which, is a really interesting idea because, a buff flag, specifically, I don't know the statistics other than a buff lock flag. A lock flag will one-hit the permahull of any ship at this game except for the Goldfish and the Galleon, and a buffed lock flag will even catch the Goldfish.
Wow.
So, 2 of them is a little bit over...
Oh my goodness, Jackhammer unleashing with everything they have, an immense barrage right on top of the Devil's Food.
Yeah, right after a nice watcher came in from the Hotel Paradise. So there's almost the Devil's Food has almost no chance to retaliate.
Oh my goodness!
Ouch! That was great coordination by the blue team in terms of timing those watches and those Gatlings just to right as the hole goes down to open up again.
Fortunately, very destructive. Now the blue team has a very good opportunity to try and take back this match. Late in the match, in fact, 546 points right now for the red team, but they have an opportunity to take over the point.
Yes, and Jackhammer is taking absolute advantage of that. He's a little high. He's in danger of going above the point. It's worrying me. He should sink down low. But the I'm a Mean Ship is doing what squids do best and charging back in order to point block.
Yep, they're trying to dodge those mines as best they can. As you can see, we have it just gently elevating right above the first one there. Jackhammer has the point stuck at about half cap for the blue team. Hotel Paradise is coming as well to try and secure the point from the Bean Ship.
Oh, there goes
oh my god!
Oh, where are the rest of the mortars? Where's that final hit for that squid?
It's so close to going down.
Oh,
Still dishing out damage though.
Oh, a second too late. The Ether and the Devil's Food are coming in with a nice timed, coordinated charge. Devil's Food is veered slightly off course. He's gonna miss.
Ooh, they took a nasty bounce on the geometry there. They lost all of their outer hull.
That's gonna cost him. Oh, looks like the mortar stopped just short. The Ether's coming in to give some help, but it's gotta be really careful of the Hotel Paradise's brawling broadsides. Looks like he's having a good time with the Jackhammer, though. Gonna try to pin him up against a wall down here.
The engineers on the Devil's Food still have not gotten their balloon up. They are descending extremely quickly.
No, just, as you mentioned that, of course, they get it back up, but it's still gonna be a couple seconds before they get all of those heavy weapons back up and running.
I think the big deal in that story is that the amount of time they were disabled. They were out of this fight for easily 30 to 40 seconds before I even said anything there. They've lost a lot of time being active.
Yeah, and it was that one untimely bump. They just went a little off course, and then they just smacked that geometry, and that'll completely mess up all your momentum. And that is, as a regular brawler galleon flyer, that momentum is the most important thing behind keeping everything up and going.
Great Hwacha shots right now coming up against the Ether, but the Mirabula takes a nasty bump from the Devil's Food, which we were just mentioning.
The Hotel Paradise's fires on the Mirabula. I'm not sure if they were aiming for the Gurama Mean Ship, and Mirabula just happened to go and catch him, but a completely wasted Hwacha shot, which that 14
looks like Balana's having a tough time controlling the Mobula. It bounces into another mine. It goes down.
And the, I can't see this name because of the clouds. The Ether and the Hotel Paradise are very close to each other, with the Jackhammer also low. The Ether's going to have to do some sitting right now if he wants to stay in the favorable position. If that Hotel Paradise gets his things up, Ether, you're not looking so happy.
He is already getting in range. The Hotel Paradise is coming in. Their guns are almost in arc. Just a little bit more, and it's going.
Oh, there goes the balloon. Looks like he got those carronades going, and the Ether is turning tail to the front of that galleon, while the
They're going to tap.
The
Ether is going to tap. Trying to get a good view here for you guys. Lots of clouds going on.
Gurama Mean Ship just, did one of the worst things you can do to a squid, which was sit in one spot. I don't know if he just managed to angle himself down there in that wreckage and then just, got stuck or lost and didn't have enough room to maneuver, and Junker took full advantage of it being much tankier than the squid and just absolutely demolished it.
Red team is now re-securing the point, although I don't see exactly how they have two people. The Devil's Food is way off.
Ether is blocking, and the blue team is... Oh, whoa, the blue team is out of the point?
Yeah, for some reason the game thought that the red team was the one capturing the point. I'm not sure how that is. The Devil's Food was outside the range at which a point cap can happen, and Ether was just barely inside it.
That was really interesting. I've never seen that before in my hundreds of hours.
I think there might have been a bug going on there. I'm not sure that was entirely legitimate.
Yeah. That was, that was really strange. But here the Devil's Food is just sitting right on top of the Hotel Paradise, just shoving it further and further into this wedge. Hotel Paradise, assuming it does survive with a little help from the Jackhammer, it's gonna have a really hard time maneuvering out of this.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's just difficult to get out of these really tight crevices. There are so many different objects and geometry going on in here that you can't exactly find the perfect way that you got wedged in there in the first place.
Oh yes, especially when you've got someone bumping you around and sort of forcing you through areas that you should not be going. Oh, a good Hwasha off on the Devil's Food with the Hotel Paradise is it actually starts to rise up. Carronade should start going here, just like there goes the balloon of the Devil's Food.
They are going to tap on that gear. They're going to tap on that big gear. We're going to see how much damage that does. Barely enough to almost take the outer hull down. They do not take enough damage to kill.
Yeah, once again, the Devil's Food is just sitting in here blocking, kind of, sort of. No, it is no longer blocking. Now it is blocking. It's on the very edge of the acceptable range for blocking. And
Hotel California needs to turn all their guns right now on the Devil's Food. Yeah. They're already getting help right now from the Jackhammer. Hotel Paradise is lining up a side shot.
Oh, a mine just knocks everyone off target at that last moment. That was beautiful from the Gurram Amin ship.
Wow.
Absolutely saved it. We're finally seeing these mines really come into action as those gunners get a handle for how it goes. The thing with the mines is they're absolutely, it's probably the hardest weapon in this game to use effectively in terms of how you have to not hit the enemy, but you have to get as close as you possibly can without hitting them. And
good mine shot on the Jackhammer there. I'm not sure if that was Devil's Food or Mean Ship who did that. I think it was Mean Ship. They got a very nice mine burst on the Jackhammer, and a lot of the components are still on fire.
Yeah, unfortunately, the I'm a Mean Ship has 2 engines right now, and a squid without engines is probably worse than a squid without hull.
Well, we call it dead. I think dead is a reasonable title for it.
Yeah, I'd say so. And it looks like the prophecy is coming through as it's just getting gatted, and it's got nowhere to run, and that's the squid's major advantage is running, and it's got nowhere to go right now. I mean, it's sitting in the blind spot of the Hotel Paradise and using it as a blocker for the Jackhammer, which is really impressive piloting and positioning, but that gat is just able to squeeze through all those tiny little crevices, and the Hotel Paradise slowly turns its broadside over, and Mean Ship is not going to be here too much longer.
Ouch. Still, very good piloting on his part, trying to stay alive. Melon McCrabbernathy is probably one of your more veteran pilots.
He's in terms of longevity with the clan, he actually, he's been in here a while, but not as long as some other guys. In terms of longevity in the game, yes, he's been here quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Ether is coming in, doing their best to try and get in and block the point cap on the part of the red team.
Unfortunately, the Ether is hanging on regular armor here. As soon as that goes down, a couple Gatling bullets from, the gunner without even realizing
Boom.
it. Down.
Blue team is going to secure this point unless the Devil's Food can figure out some magical way to make the galleon go really fast.
If the pilot would stop drinking the moonshine and put it in the engines.
Oh, Gurren, I'm a Mean Ship got in really fast there. Where did he come from?
Sneaky. Wow, when the spectators don't see you sneak in, you've reached the ultimate level of ninjitude.
Again, Melon McCrabbernathy, he definitely knows his stuff. We've seen him before and we'll see him again. He just barely blocks the finish of that cap, but Hotel California Jackhammer and...
Ouch! Oh man, a little bit nice on the ninja sneak, but a little late to the ninja assassination.
For better or worse. Ouch. While we have a moment here as the Devil's Food comes back in, tell us about the Iron Fork.
Iron Fork is just a little event that we got going. We have a Skype group that are I don't want to say our higher ups because there's no, we're equal in cake, but our organizers, and we all sit in and we sort of brainstorm events. And one day we were like, we should have a chat room where everyone can just come together and talk and have a good time. And we were like, should we do it on a TeamSpeak? Should we do it on the Skype? Where should we do it? Like, well, let's just do it in the game where everyone already has the game.
Sure.
That's why they're playing the clan.
Sure.
And so we started, we'll set up a lobby. We won't play. We'll just talk. And we were like, well, why won't we play? Let's play. So
let's blow each other up anyhow.
Yeah, sometimes we use the party chat to talk across. Sometimes we just talk in the, in the match chat at each other. It really depends, really what we feel like. It's a really casual event, and we don't advertise it anywhere on the forums, other than the only place we advertise is our Steam group to get all the cakes in on it. But like you always say, it's open to anyone who wants to come in and join. It can turn into a clan battle if we get 3 ships of gents or ducks or sirs or whomever rather. It can turn into a clan battle, but for the most part, it's just everyone, as you can see by the builds here this afternoon, it's mostly just for laughs.
We're not 100% serious with this one, just saying. Very good control on the part of the blue team so far. They managed to disable the 2 red ships that got inside on the point, Ether and the mean ship.
Yeah,
But-
they're having a surprisingly hard time killing them, though. Especially with that Brawler Junker and that Galleon with the watches and the carronades.
It's shocking because, I mean, you have a squid in the mean ship and a Pyramidion in the Ether. 2 of the more squishier ships now compared to other builds, especially something like the Junker or the Hotel Paradise.
Oh yeah, and you know, like we were joking earlier, a squid without engines is dead, and this squid has not had engines for quite some time, and they're still kicking. And they're laying up that minefield. That jackhammer just needs one misstep, and the entire tide of this current battle can change.
Guruma Mean Ship has lost all of their outer hull at this point. They are on a sliver of health. All the engineers on the ship, I'm sure, are struggling to keep it together with
but
duct
there
tape.
goes the jackhammer. If that mean ship goes down, your mines they disappear. They don't explode. They're just gone. And as we see, that just happened just then. Fortunately, they were able to kill the Junker that he was focusing on. So it's not that large of an impact, other than you're losing a ship. But the fact that the mines disappeared doesn't make it too bad. The Marabula is playing Sentinel right now on the shooting at the Devil's Food, while the Ether is right behind them, focusing on the Hotel Paradise, getting those double grease banshees going, just setting a surprisingly small number of fires. Actually,
I like this position for the Marabula. I think it's exactly what B'Elanna's Mobula is good at doing. She's keeping it pointed in the exact same direction, keeping a stable platform for her engineers and her gunner to keep firing, keep pressure on the Galleon. As you can see, took it down pretty effectively, pretty quickly.
yeah. I think the issue with I believe it is the red Galleon. Yes, it is the red Galleon that has that sniper build with a double flak, and the Hades is good with stripping armor. No one would deny that. But the issue is when it's on your top deck. That's your engineer's gun, and your engineer needs to be watching that hole in that balloon when there's any sort of issue at all. And I've experienced this on the Cheesecake, my Brawler Galleon, where I have double carronades and a mortar up top. And oftentimes when I go into Brawl, my engineer is busy repairing the hole or the balloon when we need those mortar shots. It's sort of give and take, because once you can get those mortars in, you can get some of the fastest kills I've seen. Puts a Gap Mortar Pyramidion to shame, but it's that top gun, and relying on it is really risky business, because especially for something like a weapon that cannot perform on its own, like a heavy flak. That's why you never see flakfish, because the flak by itself, it just it won't do anything. It can't hurt that perma with the armor still there. So with that Hades going down, or the engineer being otherwise distracted, it's just not able to perform to the way that I think Xander was hoping.
Absolutely. Both teams really struggling to fight over exactly who gets to control the point. Blue team doing a good job of keeping a solid perimeter that isn't allowing a lot of the red ships to not necessarily pass by, but to establish a foothold inside the perimeter.
Yeah, see, one of the things is it's so easy up here to think, oh, Devil's Food, why aren't you focusing on the Marabula? They're almost dead. They're so close. I mean, their armor's down right now, and they've got no perma. But when you're at the wheel of that ship, ooh, mines got him anyway.
Ouch.
But when you're at the wheel of the ship, you can't see these health bars. The best you can do to tell how dead a ship is just the actual physical changes the ship makes, and there's a lot of leeway even between that.
Oh, mine's going down against the jackhammer. Oh, good placement.
Oh my
wow.
God. Those gunners are really getting a hang. This has been a elongated match. It's switched back and forth. The point is switched back and forth a couple of times actually, and those mine gunners are really getting. In the beginning we were seeing mines going too far, falling too short, and now they're really getting the hang of where Lesmok puts the mine versus where Charge puts the mine.
Oh yeah.
And we're seeing that effect as they're just these fantastic mines are going out and doing some real damage. Although I would like to see them get in a little bit closer, as they're just watch a fate right now. Those mines are, just too far out, and their other 2 allies are in there too, doing good work. And I don't know, maybe he's playing distraction for the Galleon. I don't know.
Trying to get a good sight here on the action, folks. Devil's Food, Ether are doing their best. They obliterate the Junker.
Oh man, he just. Well,
he ate dirt. We like to call on the Robin Dan show, he ate dirt.
Oh, he bit the dust, seeing as a cloud is rolling through right now. Master James T. Kirk, master of puns. Marabula is coming back in. here it looks like we're experiencing, unless the Hotel Paradise is blocking, and it seems a little too far out, actually. I don't know why this point isn't turning over to the Devil's Food in the Ether. I guess the Hotel Paradise is walking the line of the effective bubble.
If ever so barely, I'm shocked that the point hasn't started turning yet.
Yeah, exactly.
He's floating out there.
Well, the Mirabula, I guess, is back in it now. It doesn't look like they're testing long for this world. As here comes the ram, there goes the hole, and
boom!
Boom goes the dynamite.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and here we are. They're saying that there's still one ship on the point, and the Hotel Paradise is just using this little beam.
There it is, the jackhammer. Jackhammer came in.
Yeah, see, but now it says 2. I mean, Hotel Paradise is in a really good position. I have to remember where this is. I'm going to use this.
That's actually pretty unfortunate positioning. I don't think you should be able to block a cap from there. Oh no, he's not blocking the cap anymore.
Now he's walked out of it, and the jackhammer's the only one here facing double fire. Yeah, double fire now. He's putting up a good fight against the Ether, who's just lost his hole, and the armor is going down quickly. One more mortar.
Come on!
One more mortar.
Almost there.
No, it does not calm. The Ether bumps into a back wall, though, a common thing that retreating Permidians often hit. So
I'm shocked. I am shocked that bump did not take him out. That was a pretty high-speed bump. Although the distance wasn't great that he had moved, the acceleration that was going on was massive.
Yeah. Oh, man. I mean, that was. I don't think Ether realized how lucky. Oh, Hotel Paradise hits a mine right before they unleash that Hwacha. Manages to flip right over Ether while he just goes into the jackhammer. You gotta be careful, Ether. Your permery isn't looking so good. Oh, man. And boom. Just a little bump. His balloon is down and his hull is at dangerously low, and he's slipping into an area that's really hard to get out of. Even if there's no ships around, I'm really worried for the Ether's health right here.
That play just now by the Ether very much reminded me of how Redra enjoys controlling his Pyramidion.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, there's I get it too. My favorite Piri build is double incendiary mortar, which is just point fly, use a combination of ramming and fire to take out that hole, and then you got 2 mortar shooting in.
Delana's bringing her Mobula in against the Devil's Food, going in close range, giving it a nice little bump, a very, very friendly Mobula bump.
Yeah,
wow.
The Mobies are they're a little squishy. So you gotta be careful ramming with the Mobula. It's no Permidian, it's no Galleon.
Definitely a risk B'Elanna took, but a risk that really paid off. I think
yeah.
They are actually recapping the point.
They've got great positioning right now over the Ether in terms of those Artemis and those Hades, which can aim down fairly well.
Balloon going down. Oh my god, the Devil's Food and the Ether are going to connect. No, they're not going to connect.
Oh, they had a little bump off the top.
They had a little bump.
Nothing major. Ether's hull is down. Balloon is back up. There's just one shot. Nope, it's back up and running.
Very tough position right now for the red team. Mirabula's dropping down to meet them.
But the guns are not pointed on target. It's in a bad position, and now she can't hit with the arties because they're he's way out of arcs now.
I'm trying to see exactly what they're seeing on the Mirabula. The guns are finally coming into arc. There they go. Ether is in a big trouble here. They're in a lot of trouble. Jackhammer on the other far side of them. Although Mirabula is taking a lot of damage.
We just need. Oh man, these explosives are just not coming this afternoon.
There it goes.
There they go. Oh, the Mirabula, however, just barely managed to escape that one. The Devil's...
nasty Devil's Food bump, obliterating the jackhammer.
Wonderful random. That is off to you, Xander. That was... Makes me proud.
We saw a little bit of that from Puppy Fur, actually, in a previous Ducks Overwatch match.
You don't even know. There was a tournament a while ago. Not a long time ago, before you showed up. The Flotsam Dynasty campaign.
I saw some replays of that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the final match between the final match. It was a combination of 5 nights of you're fighting for maps, and whoever owns the most maps at the end of the 5 days gets the championship victory. And Overwatch this was actually Overwatch's grand debut. Overwatch had 2 nights, and the Merry Men had 2 nights. And they were on the final map, which was Northern Fjords, and they were on, in the championship, whoever wins this game wins the tournament. Overwatch was down 3-4, and Puppy in his Galleon just charges straight at Zill's Merry Men. And they were in the middle. They were in the middle of nowhere. They were really high up and in a great sniper position. What happens is Puppy hits the junker which bounces into the friendly galleon, which bounces into the enemy galleon, which bounces into the friendly galleon, which bounces into the enemy galleon, all in less than a second, and that thing just goes from full health, full perma armor and balloon to no perma to no armor to no perma, and it was down before anyone could blink, and then it was just a quick turnaround to take out that galleon for, Overwatch's first show up and first win, and that's where we fell in love with Overwatch.
Oh my god.
And our relationship continues to this very day.
Your liaison, if you will.
Oh man, actually we played the first match against Overwatch I don't know if it was their first match, and I know it was their first match. I don't remember if it was the first match of the night, but it was on Duel at Dawn, and we brought a double forward flamer, a Watchafish and a double forward flamer Permidian in a competitive game against our first meeting with Overwatch, and definitely left an impression on them.
Well, Cake does love their flamethrowers.
Love our flamethrowers. It was certainly not what they were expecting at all.
Devil's Food and Jackhammer are duking it out. Devil's Food not in a very good position right now, bouncing a little bit.
Jackhammer's really close to a mine. Oh man!
Ooh.
Knocked his guns off on that Junker, which can quickly get them back on target, but isn't enough time for the Devil's Food to open up.
Devil's Food is losing a lot of hull right now.
Pulling into a really good position over the Jackhammer. They're pulling up and out. Now they're in a bad position.
Yeah, they have exposed their engine column to the Jackhammer. Marabula taking pot shots now, finishing them off.
And it looks like the point may turn over to Blue here. The Ether is the closest ship right now, and it's completely distracted with the Hotel Paradise, and who's just rammed him completely around. And Blue is definitely going to take this point. The question is Red going to be able to take it back?
I'm shocked that the Ether hasn't tried to complete. Okay, looks like Ether is trying to rise up and away from the Hotel Paradise's gun arcs. But it's too little too late. The point has already converted to Blue.
There are two gunners on the Devil's Foot. I guess we had a DC and a Reese. So that may explain why we're seeing so much weapon trouble. Is because there are not that many repair tools going around. Oh, Ether just lost its hull on I don't know if that was a mine, but he's close to a couple others. And here come the explosives. Wow. That was a quick drain.
Yep, Marabula and Jackhammer have great position right now. If they can keep the Gurren Lagann ship from getting mines inside the cap area, I think they're going to be sitting pretty until a victory is decided.
Oh man, I mean they just got a couple. Oh no engine columns taken out, but there's a couple on fire, and its hull is down. He is turning tail and running. He's laying himself in ink cloud to give himself a little bit of cover. Turning it into shooting squares in clouds of Icarus Online. One of my favorite games.
I can't, as someone who regularly plays Gunner, I can't stand that. You cannot judge distance. It is physically impossible to judge distance at that point.
I mean, that's when the captain uses the map all the time. If the engineer is looking at the map, something's going wrong, and if the gunner's looking at the map, usually slower to cloud cover. No, but no, it's good. The game's in terms of a game that's still developing and still going on. It's in a pretty good place.
Jackhammer's in a really poor spot right now. It's a 2v1 with the Ether, and Devil's Food coming in up against it. Jackhammer has pretty much everything on fire at this point.
It's wonderful.
And I do mean everything. They are baking right now. they are being baked.
Wish you could see me tapping my fingers together.
Oh dear. Gurren Lagann ship is coming as well with its mine launchers.
There's a 3v1 happening right now, and the poor Jackhammer is just caught in a little trident of death.
Boom! Robula's coming back in with the Hotel Paradise, though.
Oh, but a little late to the party as the whatever that junker was called just got squished.
The Marabula and the Hotel Paradise are in a position. They do get the block on the cap. Hotel Paradise gets in range just soon enough to keep the cap from going too far the red team's way.
Beginning to look like a good watcher going out on the Devil's Food, but remember they got two gunners there, so they're gonna have a hard time even getting those couple of guns back up.
Whoa! I looked away for a second. What the hell happened?
The Hotel Paradise just walked right in, said, "Hello, Ether. How are you this afternoon? Meet my friend the Wall," and squashed him.
That's another one of your pilots, Johnny Cyanide. I haven't seen him pilot too many times. Good to see him not too afraid of getting their hands dirty.
Oh man, this is a great game. This is going back and forth. That was not my prediction at the beginning of this at all. As you know, we've seen a lot of turnovers, and this is actually coming out to be quite the comeback by the blue team.
Gurmamin ship is doing their best to try and get some mines position against the Hotel Paradise, but the Devil's Food has repeatedly forced them closer to the friendly, if not mine-laying squid.
Oh man, this ship must have had like been carrying some sort of magnet cargo, because this ship keeps seeming to gravitate down to this little ditch over here.
Gurmamin ship, if they're smart right now, they will sit on the Hotel Paradise.
Oh yeah, definitely. Which it looks like they're attempting to do, but or maybe they're going forward and they're going to try to put mines on top of it. Is what it looks sort of like they're doing. I don't know. I wish I could read minds. Also, wish I could read minds.
Oh, Devil's Food taking a lot of fire from the jackhammer all of a sudden. My goodness. Whereas the Mirabula and the Ether went up against each other, and it looks like the Ether pinched the Mirabula against the side of the wall.
Hill. And now the Gurmamin ship just has to buy a little time for the Ether to get his double Banshee going on, and then you've got a lot of guns coming off of you. One of the really nice things about fire is that it pulls your a little mine hit by the Ether, is that it usually pulls the Gungineer off of the gun to assist in extinguishing fire repairs. In a less experienced and even moderately experienced crew, they see fire and they freak out because, it's causing that damage over time, which is going to add up if you let it get out of hand. So they drop what they're doing and go and extinguish it before they forget, which, leaves your Gatling or your mortar not shooting during a time when maybe it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackhammer's in a very poor position right now. It is trying to run away as fast as possible at this point.
A single weapon, and it's flaming. Oh, they got another one up now.
Mirabula's coming back in, targeting the Ether from the looks of it, along with the Hotel Paradise. Looks like they're going to try and take each ship out one at a time. Oh my god! I didn't know we were that close.
The time got away from us.
Whoo! What the hell?
That was quite the match. That was long. I did not feel it.
Wow.
Yes, very nice comeback. That gets you.
Congratulations to B'Elanna, Johnny Cyanide, and Navigator Vatic for the victory there. Great matchup. My deepest condolences to
Melon McAtherbury, Fox, and Xander. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to kick you out now.
They will find out eventually.
Then I'm going to tell them. Just send them this video.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kirk, for joining me. That has been a matchup of the Iron Fork right here on youtube.com/The Rob and Dan Show.